I would say a very good evening to my dear nurses and midwives across Ghana and most especially in Greater Accra. For us, to some extent, we are very surprised. Very, very, very surprised. I will want to ask 3 questions. And then I'll refer to the terms of reference of the committee, what they sought to find. And I will want to understand when we say assault, what we mean by assault. You see, it is a healthcare system we are building. Immediately you try to cast insinuation on healthcare providers. It is very dangerous, and much more importantly, our own ministry, that the doctor that saw the lady was not even interviewed during the committee sitting.
How is that possible?
How is that possible?
And you know that for a fact?
I know that for a fact, because the names that were provided for people that were interviewed is here, and the medical report that was written and signed, stamped, I have it, this is it. The doctor's name is there. That doctor was not interviewed. You see, we are building a system and we are building a country, and we should be very careful how it is done. The dislocation was not said by any nurse or any other person than the medical director of Ridge Hospital when we met the medical director. It wasn't the nurse that diagnosed the dislocation. And let me even put it to bear. When somebody has a dislocation and you reduce that dislocation, X-ray will not pick a dislocation again. It is not fracture. And in no way, this is the medical report, did it state that the lady had a fracture. So what were they investigating? Fracture? They were investigating assault. Was there an assault or not? That was the question they needed to answer. Whether there was no dislocation, whether there was no fracture, was there an assault? This is the mandate or the terms of reference of the committee. You will try to massage and do all the PR. But you see, you are rather burning down the psychology of the people the ministry is looking at. The doctor's name is here. That doctor was not even interviewed. If it was a senior medical officer who saw the lady on the Monday morning, and you go and interview the HOD of that department, what account will the HOD give you? You will need to first interview the person who had first sight of the assault, of the lady in question. That is the person you need to interview. Did they interview that doctor? No. You can the diagnosis of the lady at the time was polycontusion. When we say polycontusion, what do we mean by polycontusion? It simply means that there's a swelling, there's a redness, there's pain at the site of the hit. That is when you diagnose somebody of polycontusion.
Like someone hitting or you hitting yourself against
exactly.
Something?
So that, do they want to tell us that the doctor who did that diagnosis doesn't know what she's doing or he is doing? Is that what the committee is trying to tell us? Is that what the committee is trying to tell us? Because the report is here. The medical report is here. Did they get the medical report as a committee to understand what the doctor who saw the lady, the first-hand person who saw the lady, sat with the lady, did a physical examination to diagnose? Did they see this report? When we have a problem, all I have been saying, I've been here quite a number of times, we have systemic issues. And that is where we should even be looking at. If there is no X-ray machine at the ER, if there is no CT scan at the ER, if there is no MRI, do you even insult a nurse? for the delay of the imaging that you are not getting.
But the expectation is that if I enter a health facility, I should see all these things there.
Is it a duty of the nurse
But if
to provide
if I don't find it there, I'll obviously ask questions from the health.
Do you
providers
beat
there.
me for not for the machines? Somebody
But
needs to answer that.
the committee's report says there was no beating, there was no assault.
That is what I doubt. I doubt the committee, even in the first place, what the mandate of the committee was to investigate whether there was an assault. And I want somebody should help me. What is an assault? Assault is not only when you slap me. We are waiting for people to be slapping people before we say that there's a wrongdoing. No. If the committee does not understand what assault means, probably we can get the lawyers to help us to understand what assault means. The committee said that there was verbal what? And you think that is not an assault? And I should put on record that immediately you reduce dislocation, X-ray will not pick that. But the pain will be there.
Okay.
Was there no pain?